So I'm talking about the immune system, if you guys just got on here, why it's critical for maintenance and what our immune system does. Later over there on YouTube, since I am doing your protocols, I am not sick every month before my menstruation. So that's interesting because that's so powerful. What happens is menstruation knocks the immune system down naturally because a woman's immune system has to go to the reproductive system during menstruation. And so it leaves less of an immune system other places. So women get all kinds of different symptoms before menstruation, during menstruation, and shortly after. They get all kinds of symptoms. They get all kinds of things that happen. And so your immune system strengthening. That means the 20% of your immune system that is still everywhere else during your menstruation, it's stronger. It's stronger than what it used to be. So you actually not getting sick before menstruation means that the part of your immune system that's handling everything else is actually stronger than it used to be. That's powerful. That's incredible. So we're talking about the bloodstream. The bloodstream flows, right? The river that flows, okay? And in that river, all right, pathogens and toxins flow downstream. That's what they do. Because the reason why pathogens flow downstream is so the pathogen doesn't have to use strength and energy. Keeps the pathogen nice and strong. So the pathogen flows, right, downstream, just like this, with the blood. Pathogen flows downstream, just like this, with the blood, okay? It makes it so the pathogen doesn't have to expel any energy. It makes it so the pathogen doesn't have to weaken. Okay? Immune cells, in order to have the surprise element and the surprise attack, your immune cells go upstream, like I was saying before. The goal, surprise attack on the pathogen. Slam the pathogen head on and engulf the pathogen. So here's how it works. Your immune cells are supposed to devour a pathogen. Keep this in mind. There's your immune cell. It's supposed to engulf a pathogen. Like eat it up and devour it. So your immune cell is supposed to actually engulf the pathogen so the pathogen is gone, right? Check that out. This is interesting now. Guess what helps your immune cell to engulf a pathogen? Head-on collision going upstream while the pathogen is going downstream. You ready for this? Here's your immune cell. It's going upstream. It needs the strength to swim upstream. Here it's going. Pathogen is going downstream. Boom, as they collide, your white blood cell tries to engulf the pathogen in one shot, swallowing and devouring it. And all that is fine and dandy if your immune cells have the strength to do it. Because they're supposed to do that so you don't get the next flare. So you don't have a new flare. A flare-up. That's right. So now you're all flared up. You need the strong immune system. The immune cells need to have that strength. So when they go head-on like that, they engulf that the immune cell engulfs that pathogen, that virus, like the Epstein-Barr, the HHV6, the shingles, cytomegalovirus, HPV, even HPV, H. pylori, bacteria, strep, other bacteria, and engulfs it and devours it because it goes upstream and it hits it head on. And when it hits it head on, it can swallow it, engulf it. It can go right through its membrane into the immune cell, and then it can actually eat that pathogen and explode it and kill it. But you got to have a maintenance. You got to be doing things to be feeding your immune cells and keeping them strong. That's what's critical. Max Vond over there on YouTube. Hey, how you doing? Wow, I have a new respect for my immune cells. And that respect is the connection. That's the whole point. You got to have that connection to your immune cells and know what they're doing so that when you support it, you're supporting it. Slim over there on IG. I've been on celery juice. Nice. I've been on celery juice, HMDS since August, and it's been life-changing. Brain fog gone. Gone. ADHD. Amazing. Totally off. Adderall. Boom. Thyroid medication. Almost completely off. Boom. Thank you, AW, and SOC. Incredible. I just got to sit with that for a second. Is that okay, you guys? Because think about his journey. Think about his journey. That's incredible. Incredible. Having this connection to our immune cells means a lot because it helps us keep on track. It helps us realize what our immune cells have to do, how hard they work. Having this understanding is a big deal, right? And then being able to fortify our immune system. It's one thing to say, because I talk to Spirit of Compassion, and I'm like, I tell people about their immune system. I'm only human. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. I have all these books. I'm out there talking about the immune system. Spirit, I'm trying my best. What more can I do? And SOC is like, explain the immune system. Talk about it. Show people what their immune cell is actually doing and have them connect to it so they can get out of chronic illness, survive their chronic illnesses, because the immune system is under-respected, undervalued. And SOC is like under-respected, undervalued immune systems. Taken for granted. We take our immune cells for granted. And you know what? Even when we get sick, people take it for granted, and they still do. And so it's critical to know how it works, what's going on, and what's supportive. So what can we do about it? First of all, you want to avoid all the different toxins the best you can. Throw out the air fresheners, throw out the scented candles, get rid of the colognes, get rid of the perfumes, get rid of the fabric softeners that are blowing out all that chemical, get rid of all the detergents that are blowing out all that chemical, right? Be cautious with bleach. Be cautious if you're a bleach user. That's an immune system dropper. You smell bleach, immune system drops. You smell bleach, it gets in you, immune system drops. Bleach, yes, right? Bleach actually, meaning, you know what I mean? Any kind of thing like that, chlorine, anything like that, immune system drops. And that's important to know how it works. Is people don't realize it. They smell things and they don't know what those things are doing, okay? When you're filling your tank, try to look for the breeze that's going the opposite way. Go on the other side of the nozzle. When you're holding that nozzle and you're breathing in all that petrochemical and everything, try to kind of stand back a little bit. If you can set the nozzle, you set the nozzle and you stand back a little bit while it's filling. Or try to get kind of like away from the fumes that are coming into you. That lowers the immune system. Don't get your carpets cleaned. You get your carpets cleaned with conventional cleaning, like detergents and stuff like that. They come in, that chemical is just going in you constantly. Knowing what your immune system is up against is part of the problem. It's connecting to that, being aware and proactive. Keep that in mind. So you're being proactive because you know what your immune system is up against. That's a big thing. So it's about like different chemicals. Now, we might not be able to avoid all the chemicals falling out of the sky, and we might not be able to avoid the cologne that's, someone's living with you and they're saturated in. We got to breathe it in all the time. But it's important because we can get rid of what we can get rid of, move things away from us that are intoxicating us, being cautious, and that helps the immune system. Okay? Prevents taking your immune system for granted. We're aware of it all the time. It's deeply connecting to know this. Here's how it works. If we just say, oh yeah, I don't like scented candles, fragrances aren't good for you, fine. If we say fragrances are actually challenging our immune cells as they go upstream, then that's not good. It's good to know that, but it's not good that it's happening. So fragrances travel in the bloodstream too. You smell it on the outside, it's on the inside. You smell cologne,